St Mary's Basilica is a brick Gothic church adjacent to the market square in Krakow, Poland. Built in the 14th century, its foundations date back to the early 13th century and serve as one of the best examples of Polish Gothic architecture. Standing 262 feet tall. On every hour, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, a trumpet is played from the top of the taller of St Mary's two towers. The plaintive tune breaks off in midstream to commemorate a famous 13th century trumpeter who was shot in the throat while sounding the alarm before a Mongol attack on the city. The church is familiar to many from the 1928 book The Trumpeter of Krakow by Eric P. Kelly. In 1978, St Mary's Basilica became a UNESCO World Heritage Site alongside the historic centre of Krakow. St Mary's Basilica was funded in 1221 by the Bishop of Krakow. The building was destroyed during the Mongol invasion of Poland. Between 1290 and the 1300s, the new early Gothic church was built on the remaining foundations. It was consecrated 12 years later in 1320. The church was completely rebuilt during the reign of Casimir III the Great between 1355 and 1365. The main body of the church was completed between 1395 and 1397, with a new vault constructed. However, the vault collapsed in 1442 due to a possible earthquake, which has never happened before nor since in Krakow. In the first half of the 15th century, the side chapels were added. At the same time, the northern tower was raised and designed to serve as a watchtower for the entire city. A gilded crown was placed on it in 1666, which is still present today. At the end of the 15th century, St Mary's Church was enriched with a sculptural masterpiece, an altarpiece of late Gothic design carved by Veit Stoss. In 1536, King Sigismund I declared that the ceremonies in the church would be changed from German to Polish. The large German community of Krakow were relocating their place of worship to the smaller St. Barbara's Church. In the 18th century, the interior was rebuilt in the late Baroque style. All 26 altars, equipment, furniture, benches and paintings were replaced, and the walls were decorated with polychrome. In the years immediately before 1730, a Venetian painter painted 5 altarpieces for the side altars. At the beginning of the 19th century, the city decided that the cemetery near the basilica was to be shut down and replaced by a public square. Today, it is known as the Marion Square. In the years between 1887 and 1891, the neo-Gothic design was introduced into the basilica. The temple gained a new design and murals painted. Since the beginning of the 1990s, the basilica underwent an extensive renovation. In 2003, in the final stage of the works, the roof of the church was replaced. On the 18th of April 2010, in St Mary's Basilica, a funeral ceremony for Polish President and his wife Maria was held. The coffins were later transported and buried in one of the crypts of Wawel Cathedral. There is perhaps no building in Krakow more entwined in the city's story than the Basilica of St. Mary. It is the jewel of Krakow's Old Town and stands as a symbolic architectural reminder of the long history, medieval beginnings of religious zeal that are the characteristic backbones of this Polish metropolis. With its beautiful crafted interior, St. Mary's Basilica never fails to impress.